Okay, so today I'm gonna show you how to make my mushroom chicharon. This is super easy. I don't chop it. I like it like that because it gives me more texture. So you just actually need one bowl and a non-stick cookie tray. I have the oven preheating at 200 degrees centigrade, about 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So what you'll do is you'll get a pack of mushrooms. This is what I use every time. This is for one recipe. So you can get this either at SNR or Rustan's. This is about 0.25 grams. So you just get one pack. I just dump it right into the bowl. Okay, you might want to tear it apart a little bit because they're all clumped together. Some recipes, if you search online, they chop this up into bite-sized pieces, and it's fine. You can do that too, but I prefer like big chunks, big natural mushroom looking chunks. And these shrink considerably when you bake them, so they might look like they're a lot, but it's actually not a lot. Okay, so for this recipe, you can either just use salt and pepper. Recently I've discovered this seasoning at SNR. So this only has salt, dehydrated garlic, spices, chili pepper, red pepper, sweet red pepper, jalapeno pepper, lemon peel, and lime juice. This is actually pretty good. I think this is what I'm going to use today. Some days I use this Carmencita pizza and pasta seasoning grinder. You can get this at Rustan's or Landmark. So it comes with a little grindy thingy right there. And another option is the garlicky herb seasoning, which is my favorite from TheGoodChef. I can post the number, or you can get this from RB. You can post a number. I'll post a number on the comments below, so you can contact them. So this is actually very cheap. Like a bag is about 150 or 200 pesos. Okay, so for today, I'm gonna use the Weber Thai chili seasoning. And what you do is you get a little bit of olive oil, just enough to coat it, not too much unless you want a lot of oil, but I wouldn't recommend it. Just enough to coat the mushrooms. So maybe about 2 tablespoons for this batch. And then I'm gonna get me some of this yummy Thai chili seasoning. Maybe about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Maybe 2 tablespoons to be. So that's not too much. And then a teeny tiny bit of salt, maybe like 1/8 of a teaspoon should be enough. So if you want just the original chicharon tasting recipe, it's really just salt and pepper. That's what they put in chicharon. Okay, now what you do is you just massage the mushrooms. Don't squeeze them, because you're gonna crush them. Just make sure you distribute the seasoning. Okay, so now that's pretty coated. See? There. So that didn't take long, like maybe half a minute. And then what you do is you lay it out on this thing. Just dump it in there. And then make sure that it's evenly spread and they're not on top of each other because it won't cook right. The thing with a non-stick pan, obviously it's just easier to get the mushrooms out. If you leave the mushrooms in the oven for a longer period of time, let's say, excuse me, you want your mushrooms to be a little crunchier, the tendency is, if you're not using a non-stick pan, that it's gonna stick, obviously. So what you do, if you don't have a non-stick pan, like my other pan, the smaller pan is non-stick, and I use that sometimes. If you don't have a non-stick pan, then what you can do is, as soon as you get it out of the oven, you scrape it off with a fork. So I'm gonna put this in the oven, bake it for 20 to 22 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so it's been 22 minutes and I actually turned off my oven at the 20-minute mark. It really depends on you, so you have to watch it closely. By the 20-minute mark, if you feel like it's getting too burnt, then you can turn it off and leave the mushrooms in the oven for about a minute or two, because it's still going to be cooking and the oven's really going to be really hot. So I turned it off at the 20-minute mark, and then I left the mushrooms there. And now I'm taking them out. And this is really, really hot. So that's what it looks like. And since it is non-stick, so you can easily just scrape them off. Well, you don't have to scrape them off, just move them onto another container. So I'm just gonna let this sit out here and cool before I pack it for my lunch today. So some of the bits are gonna be crispier, the others aren't, but the flavor is really, really good. I eat this with quinoa. I'm gonna post another video on how to cook quinoa for those of you who want to watch it, so you can just get the link from me. Enjoy!